Hey guys, welcome back to another astral traveling video. Last night I had a really epic experience where I feel like I really got my hand wrapped around, it's a weird way of putting it, astral traveling. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video, is my experience. It's more of a casual video. If you happen to be new to my channel, I make videos that have to do with all kinds of metaphysical stuff and manifestation. And right now I'm on a big astral traveling wave where I'm making a whole bunch of videos about it. So this video is less specific and talking about how to do certain things, and it's more so just my experience, and I just was excited to share it with you guys. So you're probably noticing at the river today. I'll just show you real quick. I'm in Sedona, and actually right coming up right there, that's Ruby. Wave, Ruby, say hi. That's Ruby over there. So we're just kind of hanging out at the river today. So I got up this morning and I was super tired and hungover, because that's one of the things that happens when you're astral traveling. It's just something that I've noticed, and has been something that's part of my experience, is it feels like I did not sleep at all. And I know that a lot of you guys have already heard me mention that, but just figured I'd throw it out there. I'm a little bit groggy today. My mind's not as functional, but I feel pretty good. And I feel that feeling, when you wake up from a really, really good dream and it's so awesome that you want to just kind of either go back to sleep, back to the dream, or throughout the whole day, you're still kind of existing in the dream. Part of you is still in that dream. And that's kind of how I feel. So that's something to note. So what ended up happening last night was we went to bed pretty much at a regular time, nothing totally out of the ordinary happened. Basically I was dreaming. So I was in a dream that I was at my parents' house, and it was like an alternate reality dream, because we were living in a trailer in my parents' yard for some reason. And my brother was there, and my brother had someone that he was married to who he doesn't even know in real life right now or something, so obviously it was a dream, right? But what ended up happening was one of these weird things in the dream happened where it made me realize this is totally out of the ordinary. Firstly, it felt really strange that we were living inside of a trailer, but when you went in the trailer, it was like a mansion, and there was multiple tiers, you could go underground. We had an above skylight. So this was one of the things that set me off. And the other thing that set me off was that my brother's wife, all of a sudden I realized, wait, that's not Alex, who's his actual girlfriend in real life, right? So all of a sudden I had this moment and I was like, holy shit, this is totally a dream, isn't it? So all of a sudden, the walls started changing color and I became lucid in the dream. I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about lucid dreaming because it's not really part of this video, but I have a video that I made tagged below in the description all about how to lucid dream and how to astral travel and kind of the connection between the two. I actually got a few videos like that. I'll tag a few of those below for you guys in case it is interesting. So anyways, I became lucid and I went outside and I started doing cool stuff like lifting up the trailer with my mind. I started scaling my parents' house like I was Spider-Man. I've always kind of had an obsession with having superpowers since I was a kid, so it's just what I was doing, right? Oh, superpowers, superhuman strength, lifting stuff up. Then, all of a sudden, I connected to a more aware part of myself. And I had this thought, and I was like, I've been making a lot of astral traveling videos, and there's certain things that I have not really kind of talked a whole bunch about in my astral travel videos, because to be honest, I'm not an astral traveling master. I don't have all the information. And so I decided that I was gonna spend the rest of that experience in that dream being lucid, practicing astral traveling. So what I did in the lucid dream was I literally just chose. I remember I was outside looking at the stars in the dream. All of a sudden it was nighttime. And I chose to basically switch to astral traveling, which I actually have videos where I talk about how to do that too. I'll tag it below. Just stuff below, whatever. If it resonates, cool. I don't want to talk too much about it. So I chose to astral travel instead. I literally just switched from the lucid dream to astral traveling. Now what happened was I basically jumped up, is how it manifests for me. I kind of set the intention, I'm going to switch to astral traveling. I jumped up and I kind of put my hand like I was Superman. It's just a funny thing I did. I was on a superpower kick, right? And all of a sudden, I just started rocketing up Now what ends up happening for me when I'm flying and astral traveling, I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but what ended up happening is instead of flying like this, where this is the part that's like leading the way, instead of this, what ends up happening is my body actually kind of goes more like this, like kind of like parallel. I'm not really showing it very well, but it's like I'm like this, right? And I just keep going up, 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 up. Now, something that's been happening to me in astral traveling is that I haven't had much control over where I'm going and things like this, because it's strange. In astral traveling, it's like I kind of just end up places, and the directions of like how do I get somewhere or how do I go interact with so-and-so, it doesn't work the same as it does in a lucid dream, and it doesn't work the same as it does in waking life. And so what I basically did was, as I was flying up, I decided that I'm going to practice my astral traveling and practice staying in the astral travel and flying with a specific intention. So what I did was I decided I'm going to go up into space, and I just chose it. Okay, so this is one of the main things that is cool about this new experience I've had, is I was practicing the choosing and exercising my power of intention in the astral traveling. So I just simply chose, this is Lightning, by the way, he's like chewing on a stick right here. Say, hey, buddy. I just chose to basically go to space, and I said, yes, this is what I'm doing. And I started to go up, 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 faster and faster, and literally I could see the Earth beneath me as if it's like NASA spaceship photos. It is like so freaking real. And totally not anything like a dream. Like, it's such a different feeling and such a different vibe. But I'm literally like raising up, and the whole planet beneath me is becoming smaller and smaller, and it looks so realistic and it felt so real. And what I actually ended up doing was I just decided, okay, not out of fear, because when I've become afraid or I get scared that something bad's gonna happen, it actually launches me back to my body. So what I did was I was like kind of uncomfortable all of a sudden. I was like, okay, this isn't what I want to do. So I chose to start going back down and not go any higher. And literally it started happening. Here's the thing about astral traveling. Not once in all of my experiences I've been able to direct the direction that I'm trying to fly. Like, it's kind of like I'm a drunk person and I'm like falling over things. I've got a video where I talk about the 5 weirdest things about astral traveling. That's below too. But basically I just could not, I can never do that, right? And anytime I try to specifically do something where I'm making the choice within myself to do it, even in the astral traveling, it doesn't work. It like doesn't work for some reason, and I don't know why. But just choosing within myself, which is a totally hard feeling to explain because it's totally different than I'm going to do this and make this happen. It's not I'm going to fly forwards, I'm going to fly up, or I'm going to fly down. It's quite literally just choosing, now in the experience I'm going up. Now in the experience I'm going down. And so this is exactly what started happening, is I started to go back down to the planet. Now, as I started to go down, I said to myself, you know, Libyan desert glass is one of my favorite crystals. A lot of you guys know that. So I said to myself, I've always wanted to like go to the Libyan desert and find my own pieces. So I literally just chose to basically go to the Libyan desert, is how I'll explain it. I was just like, boom, let's go. And all of a sudden, my body starts moving in this direction, and I'm going around the Earth. And I'm not going like super, super fast, so the experience honestly took a while. But finally, I get over what is totally like a sand desert, and I basically just start plummeting to the ground, like coming in for a crash landing. Now, this is something else that I've experienced in astral traveling, is like the landing and the logistics and things like this. It's not always the easiest, right? It doesn't happen very smoothly. So I start crash landing, and this is something that I wanted to include in this video, is to let you guys know, actually this is not a good direction for me to go, I'm gonna go this way, is that I did not experience any pain from crash landing or bumping into things while I'm flying around. However, if you're panicked and you're feeling fear, like, okay, I don't wanna hit this, I don't wanna crash into this thing, then all of a sudden it shoots you back to your body and the experience ends. So what I did is I just stayed totally neutral, I stayed completely calm, and even though I was plummeting to the ground, basically with part of my awareness, I just chose, like, everything's gonna be fine, I don't have to worry about it, this is working out perfectly, right? So I crash land in the sand, like just like fall flat into it. And like no sand explodes up around me. There was no physics of this, right? Like I'm not actually physically there, and so my matter isn't affecting the matter that's there. I just kind of boom, just plummeted, I was there, right? So then what I started doing is getting up, walking around, checking out, and like looking for Libyan desert glass. I didn't find any, to be honest with you guys. Would have been a super cool video title, like, I found Libyan desert glass in the astral realm and brought it back with me. But I didn't, I couldn't find any. So then what ended up happening is actually my baby Lightning over here. I'm gonna come over to our little spot that we got set up here and show you guys. Hey, Rubeth.
Hello.
So this is Rubeth. She's in what's called a Chilbo Swaggins. So my dad got this for us for Christmas. It's like an inflatable couch, basically. You just fill it with air, tie it off. But anyways, here's baby Lightning. This is his butt. It's not intentional, but it's what you get to see right now. And so he actually sleeps in bed with us lately. And I like it, you know, he's cute. But he moved and he actually woke me up. I'm a very light sleeper. So he moved on my foot and woke me up in bed. Now this is where things get interesting. Normally what happens for me at this state is it's kind of like, oh, like, okay, my astral traveling experience is over. You know, like that's all it is. Okay, it's done now. Oh man, bummer I woke up. Bummer Ruby bumped me, or bummer my dog woke me up. But instead, I exercised like total confidence. And I wanted to experiment with stuff that I've been sharing with you guys in videos about how to astral travel, because to me, I like wanted to make sure like this actually works. Like I'm not just like making stuff up, you know? I was like, I'm gonna test this. I really want to practice the things I'm telling people. So with my outer intention, which I discussed in a video called like how to astral travel, and that's below, what I did is I just had total confidence and I just chose to go back to astral traveling. So let me explain this to you. I did not fall back asleep and go into a dream. I did not go into another lucid dream and switch to astral traveling. I did not do the method where I basically put my body into sleep paralysis and then roll out. I have all kinds of videos where I talk about this stuff. What I did last night, I've never done anything like it. I literally just chose to astral travel without doing any method at all. I just did it. And it literally worked. Because I was so confident and I've had so much experience with the astral traveling, I literally just gave myself permission in that moment, I'm gonna astral travel. Boom, I did it. And I started astral traveling again. Now what I did in this experience is indifferent and not part of this video. The point that I wanted to say is that multiple times I woke up throughout the night. Number one, it's pretty hot right now here, and so I actually woke up earlier this morning when it was super hot in our van, and then again, instead of getting up, I just chose to go back to astral traveling and keep practicing certain stuff. So I just kept choosing every time I woke up to go back to astral traveling. And I mean, I probably did like 20 different astral traveling experiences last night. So here's the thing. The way that I feel about this right now is totally mystified. Can I sit on here with you too?
Yeah.
I feel, oh gosh. You guys want to see us put this in the water? This thing actually supposedly can float. So I might put it in the water and we'll just do that at the end just for fun. Because they don't normally do stuff like that in the videos. Usually it's strictly business, right? This isn't working. Enjoy the chillbo to yourself, my love. But anyways, yeah, we'll put that in the water in a second. The way that I feel right now is like some type of way I never felt. Because at any given moment, I can just choose to astral travel and it literally happens. Now, astral traveling in a position of meditation, or if I was like laying out here in the dirt, right, or something like this, it's totally possible, and I have done it. And especially now, I know that I could do it. Like literally right now, within a minute, I could start astral traveling, okay? That's not me trying to brag, it's just me saying, if you practice astral traveling and you give yourself permission to exercise these things, you'll get to a place where you literally can do it like just breathing, like it's second nature. And it's so amazing, guys. It is such a cool experience. Don't do it too much though at night, because you'll be tired all the time like me, okay? But it's a crazy feeling. The reason that I don't often do that, I like to be in my bed when I do it, is because it's kind of sketch to just like have your body just like just like laying somewhere, you know, like what if somebody comes up on my body or something and I'm astral traveling and like, I don't know, it just feels weird. I'd like to know that my body's in a safe place, nobody's gonna mess with me, nobody's even gonna see me or anything, you know what I mean? But it just feels so awesome, guys. I don't know, have you ever had astral traveling experiences that have just been this seamless where you can literally just choose to do it? Because it doesn't feel like necessarily like I'm astral traveling anymore. Like that definition and that story of this is what I'm doing. What it feels like now is like I just have like a superpower or something. That I can literally just choose to just step out of my body and go around the world and go around me. Now here's the other thing. Okay, there were some people over there a second ago. I'm not trying to like be weird by using this example, but like I could literally just go into a state of meditation real quick, just choose to step out of my body, and I could literally just go over there and sit next to them and just hang out in their conversation. Okay, so there's some kind of weird stuff that like questionable, morally speaking, like what you can do, but it's very interesting. It makes me think if astral travel is that other psychic ability that people talk about where you can just observe and go over places and like the government would like use people to like spy on them during like war times and stuff like I don't know about stuff like that. But here's a fun question. Ruby, what is it like sleeping next to someone who's astral traveling? Just like real talk, what's it like? I'm putting her on the spot. Normal, huh?
But sometimes I'll like move or something. He'll be like, "Don't move for the next hour. I'm astral traveling." And I'm like, I can't control if I move in my sleep or not. But like, I'll try. But for the most part, it's normal. I just try not to move.
So there's no like, let's be realistic about this. There's no like crazy vibrational field or anything that's got you like tripping out while I'm astral traveling, right? It's totally neutral.
Yeah.
You would have no idea that I was astral traveling.
I had no idea last night. I was just asleep in my own dream. So.
But she's right. I do very oftentimes in the night wake her up and tell her, stop touching me. Don't touch me. I'm trying to astral travel, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for that, Ruba.
You're welcome.
Honestly, guys, it's an amazing experience. I love it. It's really awesome. One thing I will say is that with any kind of spiritual practice or anything that you get really excited about, there's a difference between finding yourself in the experience and losing yourself in the experience. Meaning, I could be astral traveling a lot and then go along my waking day here and not be present and not experience the magic of right now. I could be like just thinking about astral traveling and be totally lost in it and miss what's here. But there's a difference when you do something like this and you find yourself in the experience, and there's this excitement that just comes and joins you for the rest of your life, you know? Like, I cannot recommend astral traveling enough. And I guess it's not the easiest thing for a lot of people, you know? I've shared the methods. Let's be honest here, Ruby. I didn't plan any of this video, obviously. You guys can tell we're winging it. Have you astral traveled?
Nah.
Have you tried the methods that I shared?
Yes. Here's the thing, like I don't know why, because like every time I try to go into a sleep paralysis, like theta state, I just like, I move because I'm thinking too much about, oh, like I need to not move right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of a tough thing for me, but astral travel is something I've always wanted to be able to do. So I think I'll work on it. Because yeah, it seems like a really awesome phenomenon.
Yeah, and I just wanted to include that too, to be real, you know. I mean, I've been making a lot of videos about how to astral travel and about how to do these things. Ruby lives with me, we're together all the time. She's tried the stuff that I've shared and it hasn't worked for her yet. And that's just real talk, okay? I don't necessarily 100% know why I'm able to be doing it so seamlessly, but one thing that I want to include is that I have absolute confidence in it. Like when I'm doing it, I'm not trying to astral travel. I absolutely know that I have the capabilities. I have that feeling of having had done it many times. And so I can literally just step into it. And I talked about this a lot in a recent video on how to astral travel. Again, it's below. But giving yourself permission and stepping into that version of yourself right now, I don't know how else to explain it. Because there's all these different methods that people talk about on how to astral travel. But at the end of the day, if you want to know my opinion, all of these methods, what are they? They're you giving yourself permission to do it. and you hear a method, this will help you astral travel, if you sit down and you totally believe it and you do it, well then you're giving yourself permission, right? But we don't need any methods, and that's what I discovered last night. I can literally just choose to do it. And it comes from a state of like ultimate confidence in it. So anyways, I just wanted to share this experience with you guys, because the way that I'm astral traveling right now and how I feel about it is totally different than even just like a week ago. And yeah, I don't really have any key points in this video. I just kind of felt casual today and wanted to share this with you guys. I'm curious how you guys feel about astral traveling and how it affects your life, for those of you that are like really avid travelers. For me, I don't know, I just feel kind of like unbounded, you know? I feel like I could kind of go anywhere. So anyways, let's go ahead and put the Chilbo in the water now. It's really nice seeing you guys making this kind of video. Let me know if you like this kind of casual flow. In the next scene, you're gonna see me floating down the river, and I'll catch you guys for the next video, okay? Much love to you.
Not just him, I want to float.
All right, see you guys. Okay, so this is the area that we are. I just want to show you guys a little bit better. It's super beautiful. We basically just walked up the road off the freeway and then came down here, so it's not like a designated spot or anything. But all right, here you go, Ruby.
Real.
You can go ahead and hold this. And this button here, oh, do you want me to set it up that way?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. See?
Okay. I wanted to go with him, but he won't let me.
That's because someone's got to film it first.
Yeah.
Okay?
Alright.
Hopefully this thing will work in the water.
Oh. I think it will.
Yeah. Okay.
Good?
Come on.
What?
I'm trying to get back to you.
Go over there. Nice. Okay, should I stop it?